Hi, it's Hickey, continuing my blog on endometriosis. And recently I had a couple of questions asked to me about depression and anxiety, and also if endometriosis is hereditary. So I wanted to touch on that today. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just speaking from my own experiences. Um, Depression and anxiety, a lot of females do experience. Is it caused by endometriosis? No. Um, it Does it happen to some women? Yes. Um, the reasoning is it's just sometimes it becomes too much to handle, and it affects you emotionally. It could also cause panic attacks. So some symptoms of depression, are certain lifestyle restrictions. You don't want to leave the house. Um, you're extremely tired all the time. Obviously, crying. Just let's see. Sometimes you kind of lose focus. I want to say, um, where you're kind of you're there but you're not there. Um, so there's different symptoms for depression, and if you feel that you do have depression, the best thing to do is reach out to either your primary care doctor or your gynecologist and tell them the symptoms that you're having. I was reading a blog, well, listening to a blog last night, and the girl recommended, writing everything down in a notebook. And I have been doing that since day one with this. So, I always keep a notebook, and I also find it a good outlet to get my feelings and emotions out and not hold everything in, because holding it in can make depression, anxiety so much worse. So much worse. You have to let it out. And I know for me, a lot of times it was very hard to talk about. So instead of talking about it, I wrote it down. And then what I would do is afterwards take it, put it in a shredder, and it was almost like it disappeared. It was an outlet for me. But again, what works for me isn't necessarily going to work for everybody. Um, for anxiety, some symptoms of anxiety are dizziness, sweating, rapid heartbeat, um, problems sleeping, agitation, overthinking things. Um, so, usually anxiety and depression do go together. So, again, I would definitely touch base, speak with a doctor, let them know what your symptoms are. Panic attacks can happen anywhere. It's not something that can happen at home only. Um, I've had, I want to say, maybe 2 or 3 panic attacks, and with me, what happens is my hearing starts fading out, and I know right then and there it's like the first sign for me. Um, my hearing fades out, and then little by little, I can see people's mouths moving, but I can't necessarily hear what they're saying. It's almost like the same feeling of passing out. Um, my heart races like you wouldn't believe, and a lot of times people have explained it to me as almost feeling like they're having a heart attack. I've been lucky enough not to feel that. Um, so I did want to touch on that and let you know that yes, a lot of women that do have endometriosis do also experience anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. Um, and, it's very important to speak with your doctor about it, because it could actually help you um, move forward with the endometriosis. And no, it is not a symptom of endometriosis. It is just that it becomes too much to handle. So for a lot of women, they'll say, oh yeah, I have endometriosis and depression, anxiety. It's not all together as one. It's basically what happens from having the endometriosis and having to deal with it on, a daily basis. Um, as far as endometriosis being hereditary, um, I have heard that yes, it is, and I'm not the only person in my family that has it. There's two others in my family who have had to have hysterectomies also because of endometriosis. And if it wasn't for my one cousin helping me through, um, I probably wouldn't have the courage to do what I'm doing right now or have made it through all the surgeries that I have had. She is the reason for the education that I have on endometriosis and has helped me through. So she has helped me through every step of the way, by phone because she doesn't live nearby, but she has texted me, called me, just every step. My cousin has been there for me, and there is no way to thank her for that. Um, they say that endometriosis is passed down by the mother's side, but it could also be, I don't know directly, but the my cousins that have it are on my father's side. So I'm not really 100% sure if it can come from both sides of the family, but in my situation, it was not my mother's side, it was my father's side. So it's another question to look a little bit further into. On all my readings on it, it does say it's from the mother's side. But their mother may have had it, and I'm not 100% sure. They were both lucky enough to have children before the endometriosis hit them, and unfortunately, I wasn't. I've known since I'm 21 that I wasn't able to have children, and I didn't think it would hit me as hard. I thought I was totally prepared for it when they mentioned hysterectomy. But when I woke up after the surgery, I was in the maternity ward, and hearing babies cry, I lost it. I lost it. It was maybe, I guess, the first time reality hit that there won't be any chance for me. And as much as you think that you're prepared for that, and you convince yourself to the point where you're saying, I don't want children, when it actually becomes totally permanent is when you realize, I was really thinking, if it happens, it happens. And now I know that it won't. And it makes me angry that I was told that a hysterectomy is a cure, because now that it's attached to my colon and I'm still dealing with it, it was, to me, kind of an unnecessary surgery. And I wonder, if maybe God had a different plan. Maybe, maybe somewhere down the road I might have been able to have even just one child. And that was taken away from me because my doctor thought that a hysterectomy was a cure. So again, I can't express how important it is to make sure that you have a doctor that fully knows about endometriosis and that you yourself know a lot about it, and ask your doctor these questions. And if they're giving you different answers than what you know is true, it may be worth looking for a different doctor. Um, I'll never be able to know the true answer to that. Um, but now it's just something that I'm learning to cope with. So just please do your research and know that you're not alone. Um, a YouTube friend of mine, Mars, has been sending me a lot of information about natural herbal treatments for endometriosis, and you know, it's so much appreciated, and I can't thank you enough. I would recommend that you guys take a look under my comment section and see what he has posted on there as far as herbal treatments to help with the pain. This way you don't have to just totally rely on painkillers. Like me, I don't like painkillers, I won't take them. So I'm actually looking further into the information that he has been commenting on my videos, and I can't appreciate that enough. I really appreciate you stepping up and looking into it and posting it on there. You're really a true friend.